what we have to first understand is that we're in it by ourselves. I think it's an extremely wonderful idea that we're all one. I think it's a great philosophy, a great theory, another great assumption that we're all like self, as the Vedantas say, or the Buddhists say, all emptiness. But what you have to understand is this speaker that's speaking right now is not speaking on behalf of you, about you, or knows anything about you. You see, that's the freedom and the liberation, is to say, well, I have no responsibilities, you know. In a human way, we have built-in responsibilities, you know. We have natural responsibilities to protect and love and give and share. But what we are truly is just irresponsible. You see, what we are truly is like the speaker is speaking about you or us. What I am truly. But I'm speaking to myself in the device, you see. I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's listening. I don't know anything about you. I don't know. I am inspired by you. I'm overwhelmed by you. But you have to understand that in our human world, we have this built-in fear of being alone, being left out in the wilderness, no one giving me attention, loving, and all that stuff. But that's learned ways. And it's probably useful ways in such a complex, diverse world that we live in, especially now. Much more primitive than we were when we were classed as primitive. Much more insular. But it's a way of myself calling myself back. You've always been insular. You've always been alone. But we have the idea that we're speaking about our bodies. We're speaking about this that we are imagining, that we are believing, that we are experiencing. So we have a two-way of communication. We have the human way, which we associate with bodies, persons, minds, tasks, experiences, similarities, measurements, judgment, analysis, comparisons, preferences, hopes, beliefs, attachments, associations, needs, desires. And we have another way of speaking about that it is. So please do not be offended if the speaker is speaking on behalf of, when he speaks about subjects like the last video of the brain. I'm not speaking about your brain, just speaking about the experience. One thing I know is that we, in our human world, we live on what we call a planet, Earth. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's round or flat or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Does it really matter what we know? We're here. We exist. And up in the skies, right, which is up above, that's what we call it, up above. At night, in a clear day, we can see stars. And sometimes the odd planet, and we see the sun and the moon. And we understand when what we call in a Reiki world, the crown chakra, is connected to that incredible vast space. But we also understand when the root chakra is connected to this incredibly earthly grounding of being. One thing I know is that I'm an earth being. I don't belong up there. So when this body goes, it'll return into the earth. It wants to be dust. It wants to be earth. That's what the body is longing to be. But it knows its destination. The one inside, also earth. Earth may appear as a mountain, as lake, as water, whatever it is your mind wants to imagine. But it's earth consciousness. It's all the same consciousness, of course, for me. But the association with this planet is incredible. Didn't know that before I was awakened. Thought I was just flesh and bones and blood, and I'm going to go to heaven, like the Bible says, like my Sunday school teacher says. Yeah, if you're a good boy, you're going to go up there to heaven. But this is heaven, you see. Earth is heaven. It can be heavenly as a body, as a form. But when the body goes, and the form goes, and that ego state goes, it is heaven without the form. We cannot talk about anyone else to imagine that we are all, because of the experience of this mind, this body, this soul, this spirit, this consciousness, this whatever is speaking, because of this experience, doesn't give you the right to say everyone shall experience the same thing in the same way. We're all individuals. Individually in form and individually in soul, spirit, consciousness. Somewhere in the depth of all this, there may be a whole one, that pot of love. Or are we imagining? Are we wanting that? Is that another desire? Is that just another imagined thought? I have no idea, you see. What we need is a great big melting pot. What we need, you see. Does it exist? Not to the knowledge of the human, not to the knowledge of this human. Even in the most enlightening experience, when this voice of what something was truly inspirational and incredibly, I can't even find the words to describe it because it's so powerful. Life as it is, you see, this is as it is. So, no point, no real subject, just that whenever I talk, or whatever the speaker says, or whatever mind is projecting, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what's going to come next. It's about me, you see. It's not ego, because ego, it was about ego. Ego was making someone aware, making some cash out of it, making some sort of life out of it, making some sort of, building some sort of empire, forming some community, so that I could benefit, you see. The benefit is to discover I, for myself. You can discover whatever you want. You can follow whatever practice you want, whatever method, whatever religion, whatever, because you are what you're looking for. What is this you? I keep referring to Papaji's video, who is the who and who am I? Who looks for I? Who is who? And who is looking to find out who is? And who is looking at who that is finding out what who is? And who is looking at that who that wants to know that who is looking for that who is? Remove the who, you see. You're the owl, the wise owl. Who. Keep going back, you keep going back, and there's only I left. Who? And the questioner is eliminated. Eliminate who? How far? How many who's are you that you can look at who, looking at who, at who, at who, at who. Once you discover the looker, the seer, is slowly dehypnotizing itself, slowly going back into itself, slowly resuming its original mind, where there's no questions in this mind, and there's no answers in this mind. You just don't mind. So you go through life saying, I don't mind. It's a very selfish way to say, I don't mind what you think about this video, I don't mind. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's your openness, that's your choice, that's your diversity, that's your human options. As long as you love yourself, you know. You're only here to love yourself, not your body, not your mind, not your wholeness, your beingness, your existence, your livingness. Infinite life, that's what I is. You won't see me when the body goes, but within this planet, I remain as I am.